Good afternoon and welcome to DieDragonDie presents the Legends Campaign, episode 76. I'm your DM and host, Marty, joined by Adam, Ahmed, and Mark. After a bit of a hiatus from this campaign during the holiday season, we are back, bitches. How's everyone doing? Last time that we played game was on Thursday for Adam's game, which was the Dominion campaign. We did episode 12 then, and had a lot of fun beating up some drunk bearded devil. It was great. As the family lot is in hell. But how's everyone's week, and how's the weekend treating you?
I had a monstrously large meal of barbecued pork and manto, and got a big nap in, and I'm feeling like a glorious meat titan. You can take that however you would.
A meat titan.
I am a glorious meat titan!
People search for me on the web.
Yeah, turn safe search on before doing a search for meat titan. The internet will provide. Ahmed, how's it going, man?
You ever thought you'd need. It's good, man.
Yep. What's up behind you?
$220 to fix my cat's hearing problem 2 weeks ago, and today I spent another $400 to figure out why his stomach's bloated. And apparently, he's just gassy.
You had to poop.
Yeah, you know what? So I'm gonna figure out a way to shove my foot up my cat's ass. Because
that's $600 you could have used for other things.
I don't know, feed the needy.
I love my pets. Not $600 worth though.
I could have bought a gun and a bullet.
Your cat sounds like an old man cat. He's gassy and he's hard of hearing.
Gassy, cranky.
How do you know when a cat is hard of hearing? You don't talk to them, or do you talk to them? Like they don't do anything.
When you go like this, and the cat doesn't turn around, either he's really arrogant or he's hard of hearing.
Either he's a bigger dick than most.
Because I had a cat like that. I thought he was deaf for years, and then all of a sudden he just runs off, and I go where he is, and someone opened a can of food, and he just ran off.
He knows.
He was a prick. He wasn't
just
deaf.
a prick.
He was
That's what I'm saying. How do you know when the cat's just being
Cat's
a cat?
like, nope, eventually he's going to think I'm deaf.
Yeah, I think that the dinner bell or the opening of the can of food is probably a better test.
The clap?
Yep. Mark, how's it going?
I gave him my cat.
Not bad.
Yep.
Weekend's treating me well, so
It's good. Yeah, you're on like shift work, right? You're off right now?
yeah, I'm on shift work, so I'm off this weekend for a nice long stretch.
I was under the impression that was just for the Christmas
Oh
break.
no, that's from now on.
That's life now. It's just
Well, that's
what life
life
is.
unless I can find a steady day job that I can bid into, but
Within
Anything
the
for D&D.
moving positions within the
but
Wow.
steady days are very they're desired, so they're kind of hard to come by unless you've got like 25 plus years.
Interesting.
time is the best measure of capability, and we'll just move on from that concept.
Says Adam, the smarter than anyone engineer. Working with a bunch of old people. I wonder how you came to that opinion, Adam. Mr. I put shit into space smart. Kidding! How's it going?
Throw it.
All right, why don't we do a grand, since it's been a while, why don't we do sort of a recap of what has happened recently in the Legends
We
game?
killed Yunagoo!
After defeating 3 aspects of Yunagoo in the Hall of Mirrors, the party entered the Heart of Carnage, where Yunagoo himself sat. All was not well with the Demon Lord, as he seemed to be undergoing a crisis of morals, while his domain fell apart around him. The heroes battled through Yunagoo's remaining guardians, while thousands of gnolls and petitioners bore witness, and they confronted mighty Yunagoo himself in mortal combat, in the presence of 3 visiting demon lords that complicated matters. They actually defeated and slew Yunagoo, and the ripples of which would travel throughout the plains, and you may not know what your assassination of a demon lord precipitated.
I I questioned some of the terminology.
I lean back in my chair and think about real world and the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand and his wife Sophie. And the implications that had for a tiny, wet ball of dust called Earth. So
perhaps Ragnarok was only foretold once Shinagu's death became reality.
We are Ragnarok. Haven't y'all figured that out?
Well, we also learned a very crucial thing.
Everything.
This might be not something that was like very much like a strong epiphany, but demon lords or demon gods are a bunch of dicks because a whole bunch of demon gods showed up just to be a bunch of dicks. Like they didn't show up to help. They showed up to be a bunch of dicks.
Like literally.
Okay, so that was game 71 and 72 in the Heart of Carnage Part 1 and Part 2. Then we switched to the Halloween-themed game. This was early November.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year! We're getting close to Happy Chinese New Year.
Going back to what Adam was saying about the demon lords being dicks, yeah, he's totally right. Because it's like a bunch of guys going, guys, you got to check this out. Steve's getting his ass kicked by a 90-pound girl. Come see.
Yep. They were also circling like buzzards. Like the concept of raiding another demon lord's layer of the abyss or his realm for power is a thing. And the tides, they do a shift in the abyss, and the abyss may be an important place. Speaking of the Abyss, the next 3 games were called Abyssal Abductions. Following attempted plane shifts from the Abyss after slaying Yeenoghu, the party awakes in a strange medical tanks aboard a massive alien vessel of unknown origin. The vessel is suspended in air high above the shattered and pockmarked landscape of Pazunia, the first layer of the Abyss. Through the tinted windows, a panoramic view of the prime worlds of the Abyss has snared, and that the abyssal inhabitants are consuming. They begin to explore this place. They explore the strange vessel and encounter 2 of the ambivalent founders of the Order of Paradox. This group of enigmatic and powerful beings that sort of run the strange Orb of Paradox. One encounter turns violent, while the other one has them questioning about their faith, their very nature, and ultimately their fate in the multiverse. In the 3rd episode of Abyssal Abductions, the party of clones continues to explore the orb. Yes, they have figured out that it is not they, the heroes, but poor facsimiles thereof.
I am me, and I am awesome, and the other guy's awesome too, but we're both different and we're awesome.
They speak at length with one of the founders, who has a powerful artifact that allows an individual to speak to the gods as if they were a true believer of that god. Azildan, Ukr, and Altagar find and befriend a lonely phoenix, whose current incarnation they name Kevin.
Forgot about that. Oh, yeah.
Lokrik goes mad and tries to kill Donovan. And later, Azildan and Altagar break into a fantastical armory and meet a gregarious spirit of war named Bellum Ex Machina. Now, there are other things going on. This station, or ship, or whatever it is under attack by these creatures called ethergaunts. Now, on the abyssal plane, there should not be an ethereal plane. It is not overlapping with the ethereal plane. Somehow it is. And I don't recall if you know why.
They were doing an experiment that went wrong. They were trying to create the ethereal plane inside the abyssal plane.
Right.
And being a bunch of dicks, they broke everything.
Got it. So
that's what we know.
They're they're experimenting in the abyss. I remember saying that because the rules of physics and being are tenuous in the abyss being a chaotic plane. Yeah. And being on the first layer, easily accessible, and they might be out of the prying eyes of other beings in the multiverse by doing their experiments in this kind of tucked away in the abyss. So, after gaining access by using one of the fallen founders' basically access key that they pulled out of his body, they gained access to an ultra-secure armory in the Order of Paradox and found weapons that ranged from addles all the way up to high-tech weaponry. like future
got a
tech.
concussive jackhammer of doom.
They climbed inside what the very gregarious and happy-go-lucky, war-loving Bellum Ex Machina, who is a spirit that can inhabit the weapon of war, any weapon of war, who rode at Ares' side for probably millennia as sort of an intelligent entity that inhabited weapons. So he was able to help Azildan learn how to drive what they called an M4 security tank that on some prime world was the main weapon that caused 100 years of peace. Then was outdone by something called the Goliath tank, but he didn't seem to show you the Goliath tank. You were barely able to fit the M4 security tank out the doors of this place, and now you're rolling it towards the command center where you believe the ethergaunts are attacking, as you heard a series of explosions.
I'm sure we won't accidentally shoot like the core of the orb. Because we'll know exactly what that is.
So people in the tank.
Not so it's just like, here's the core. Don't touch it. It might explode.
Now the other things that are going on. So let's go to the medical bay just to sort of recap. You found a cloud giant woman that was in a cryo tank. This is when Azildan learned how to drive a forklift. And you brought her to medbay and just sort of left her there. Lokrik went mad and he stuck...
We wrote on the wall in blood, "We are your friends, please don't kill us when you see
us. We are
us."
trying to save you, please don't smush us," were the exact words you used. You stuck Lokrik, who is one of the party members, into this recovery pod after he went mad. He's got something called, like, clone degeneration sickness.
It was degeneration sickness, and it was triggered by something.
It was triggered by something. There's also this multi-armed enigmatic being called Dante. Dante said that he was part of one of the founders and that how these spell-weaving creatures procreate is that they split into 6 at some point, and his 5 brothers are running around out there somewhere. I guess they'd also be his fathers. His 5 clutch mates are running around there.
Word for different type of species.
Yeah, and Dante was helpful, but is really weak. He has tasked the party with recovering his spell disc, some sort of magical disc that he showed what it looked like. Now, you also found a one of the things that is draining a lot of power in this place as the orb is suffering from major power losses. Is a artificial realm that leads to an agricultural mini world where these peaceful orcs have been basically plying their trade as farmers and peasants, and agriculture is one of the things that randomly how's it going is one of the things that is drawing a lot of power. They were on this massive quest as things were getting really cold in their realm to figure things out. So you came across these orcs in the middle of the battle when you guys were figuring out the shrine.
I believe I mentioned this a few weeks, actually 2 months ago. Playing those adventure as those orc people in their little plane would be super cool as a weird intro planescape adventure thing.
Right, but
we can't
the surprise is now ruined, right? Because you saw it from this side.
That idea has been punked, and it will be
so they were on their medieval quest to figure out why the world was getting cold, and they ended up realizing that their world is artificial. And created...
Ended up finding out that this is beyond their pay grade.
Yeah. So what are the other things that are also drawing power? Oh, yes, the transporter buffers are also drawing power.
The aquarium with the thing who thinks he's more powerful than the gods, Dyad Corlon, beat his ass.
Yes,
get him, Corlon!
We'll get to the death of those guys in a minute. We'll relive that probably in-game. So... Do you guys remember the importance of the transporter buffers?
Yeah,
it's actual bodies
are in there.
The originals are in the buffers.
Right.
And we were trying to figure out a way to get off the ship, and then we found out from the what are they called? The makers, the creators, or something?
The founders.
That
yep.
we have a limitation that if we leave the ship, we die.
No, it's time based, and then the creators can say something that triggers our illness.
No, we can't survive off the ship. That's one thing I remember.
Oh.
We were going to plane shift off the ship.
What I want to do is pull out Azzy's mind from the buffer and stick this new Happy Azzy into the buffer, so that in the future we play with Happy Azzy.
What you surmise is that you've got limitations, you don't know exactly what they are. One of you thinks it's time-based, one of you thinks it's location-based. Locric's already gone mad, so that might be your fate. You know that Altagar's gone through many versions to get rid of certain types of chaotic mutations. So Altagar may still be unstable, as you saw him basically in previous video records of previous incarnations. I don't think you showed Altagar, but some of you saw it, like this horrible misshapen puddles of
it was the alien resurrection scene.
Yeah. And then what else is going on? So the transporter buffers are enacting a lot of power. You're not too sure how to free them. You surmise that when you guys were trying to plane shift from the Abyss, the Order of Paradox somehow absconded with you, like interrupted your plane shift and.
But then Ukar's might was too strong and their ship broke because Ukar is awesome.
Periodically, the orb, there's this pleasant but concerning voice that this disembodied voice that tells you about all the things that are failing on the ship. It sounds bad, and you guys are rolling this tank down a hallway on this massive promenade towards these doors that will lead to the command center, where you've heard explosions and intruder alerts, basically. Is there anything else that I've missed? Yes. All right. So you can hear on the intercom inside the M4 security tank, Bellum ex Machina going, "Free! It's never felt so good."
Marty, there was one question I wanted to ask you. We learned, 2 months ago, that there were different colors to the enemies that are attacking. Can you remind us of the colors? What they represent? Like red is the regular foot soldier dude.
So the ethergaunts that you fought,
Yes.
the ethergaunts you fought so far, the reds were kind of the foot soldiers, and the blues
are sons of bitches.
Had a lot of alchemical devices and weird guns.
Right.
This is a great gun.
Yes.
And then you know that there are some other colors. I believe black and white are the other kinds of ethergaunts.
Do you know which is higher or more important?
Sure. Give me a knowledge planes roll for the guys that are in the tank as you're considering.
Come on, Lemon Man. All right. First roll tonight.
Now, some interesting things have happened. Azildan has realized that some personal things. So Azildan has realized that the hellish pact, the Faustian pact that he was forced into, no longer may apply to him, and he used the font of true faith to make contact with Yggdrasil and is now a druid of Yggdrasil, whereas Lemio, his clone, has prayed to Lathander because Lathander seems to be a god who has actively taken an interest in the party and helped them while they were in the Abyss, also has consequences, and decided to change his faith to that of Lathander. So he's now
the avatars did.
Midwick tried to make a deal to get. He agreed with one of the founders of Paradox that they should build a god-killing gun.
Yes.
And
Midwick. Oh, Midwick.
Yes, Midwick. Why the fuck not?
Oh, Midwick.
Altagar doesn't have as many mutations. He still has his horns. Uker. I don't know if anything bad or good has happened to Uker yet.
Uker doesn't have any wolf in him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, this
Uker doesn't have like primal murderous rage.
That's
just
right.
Beneath the surface.
And then Donovan has realized that he's pissed off one of the founding members by tattletelling on them that they have this horrible artifact of lying to gods.
Donovan does not like these people and wants gods.
Donovan also doesn't have the Azael, doesn't have Azael's presence in his body.
Correct.
Okay, and this
Marty.
Donovan seems to also have the ear of Coralon as you continue to sing to Coralon, and Coralon continues to show you important things.
Yeah.
Knowledge planes 26.
Knowledge planes 26. You're asking the question of which one is more powerful, white or black?
Yes.
And let the DM check his notes for a moment.
Yeah, Lemmy's trying to remember. Okay, which one's more important? All right, that son of a bitch.
The black ethergaunts are the masters of their race.
Okay, remember, guys, if you find any black ethergaunts, kill them first. Then the white ones, then the blue ones, then the red ones.
I
got it. Smush them.
The white ethergaunts are the intellectuals of the race.
Euchre, remember to drink your mutagen.
Give the nerds noogies. Let's go.
Euchre, remember to drink your mutagen.
All right, Azildan,
Midwick
as a
drinking.
Zildan clone is...
Uker's drank his mutagen a long time ago.
Are we completely buffed? I can't remember. Are we buffed to the
Donovan currently, I think his shield has ran out, but his see invisibility and heroism are running. Uker has mutagen going right now.
Oh, we are not buffed.
We have very few accesses to buffs. No spell books.
There's Lemmy.
Okay, so Azildan, you're driving the tank. Who is manning the gun?
Which gun? How many guns are there? How many guns are there?
There are
There's a
2
cannon.
guns. There's a cannon and there's a machine gun.
Uker is just pushing the tank whenever it starts to go the wrong direction. He's recentering it in the middle of the road.
Is it a round to get? Can we have one round loaded into the cannon, and then the machine gun fully loaded? Can
Yes.
we do like knowledge guns, whatever, and have that ready so we can go from cannon
With
to gun?
So there's somebody who needs to fire the gun. There's somebody that needs to load it. It is a 2-crew operation, and then the machine
Altagar
gun
will load it.
Okay. And then
Hold on, there's something for this. How long does it take you to fire that thing? Because why don't we put abandoned ammunition on it?
I don't think that helps with the reloading, but it helps with running out of the 6-pounder
It would make it
high explosive shells.
Bong, bong, bong.
You do have a canister where the shells are stored that you think that you can cast abundant ammunition upon.
Do we have any clue on how many shells are in the tank right now?
Let me just cast abundant ammunition.
And I say that with both my characters not being in the tank.
Yeah,
Do they
so
have any clue?
there are 12 shells in the tank.
If Lemmy
One of which is currently
ammunition.
loaded.
Marty, if Lemmy casts abundant ammunition on the pistols,
You still have to reload them.
you have to reload the pistols.
You can cast abundant. I'm assuming if it's the machine gun's like a chain
Yep.
of bullets,
Yep.
you could cast it on there, and the bullets would just keep coming. You'd never have to reload.
You would have to reload the chain.
So it gives you abundant chains, not abundant. You still have to slap the new chain in, I think, is the... Good question, though.
All right. Does Midwick need to do a knowledge guns or something to figure this out? Because this is kind of new. He's getting good ideas.
You fire 10
like,
bullets at a
yeah.
time, and there's 250. That's 25 rounds. Abundant ammunition.
Midwick can just fire guns faster. How much damage does it do?
Yeah, maybe.
When you draw from a canister, it refills, right? Because you cast abundant ammunition on a container.
Using
Right.
1 round.
So that one might...
Can a chamber be a container?
No, I think the belt is the container.
But the
Then you could continuously fire it. Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. I'm sure that's how it will work.
Yeah, Midwick fires faster than this. Now, question: how much damage does this thing do?
that's true.
It does 2d8, 20 times 4, and it with a single pull of the trigger, it attacks all creatures in a line, and the line is 120 feet.
That's pretty cool.
I'll take it.
Like it.
The question that I had for this was, what's the minus to use it for Midwick? Because he's small. This thing's on a turret, so it's stable.
It is on a turret. So the recoil is not happening. It is a gun you're not proficient with.
-4, -2 for size, -6.
Are you proficient with?
All firearms.
It's a siege weapon, though, isn't it?
This is a masterwork machine gun that's medium. So I think you're only taking.
A -2.
The size penalty, -2.
Cool.
Yeah, done. Hey, Lemmy, can you cast it on the? He's looking at it for his pistol. He's like, casting one of these bullets and one of these belts. Belt feed?
Okay, the tank is approaching the door.
All right, you weirdo.
Zildin, give me a pilot or a drive check as you're trying to navigate the tank through a door that's just big enough.
Can we get like a round or two buffing, like while we're in there?
What was my drive check? I can't. Was it a wisdom check?
It's Dex.
Dex.
Dex. Okay.
I think you got a rank. Okay, Uker holds the tank and it can't move.
Yeah, you've got a rank and you're considered class skill in it. So.
Okay, so that's actually add 3. So. Add 4, so 8. Yeah.
All right, so the tank shudders. It hits the side of the building.
Okay.
Uker now needs to spin around pulling the tank
Uker goes over
back.
the side and pushes it.
Uker's now kicking the side of the tank. Give me a strength check to see if you could do it in one round. DC's 20.
All right. Yes.
Okay, what was the total? Just for those at home.
30...
With the magic is throwing the tank all off.
It's 32. If he was trying really hard, it would be 47.
Okay, yeah.
Like if you
puts his
raised it, it'd be
shoulder
47.
and basically begins to push the tank in the right direction, and somehow in the middle of the tracks there's a pivot point, and you end up kind of just aiming the tank in the right direction, and now it's grinding with this very loud, noise at an awkward angle through the open doorway. Sparks.
Somebody messes up driving into a garage, and they're scraping the side.
Yep. And the thing is still going forward, though. It's like there's no break, really.
That's awesome.
Bellum Ex Machina is just laughing maniacally over the intercom inside the tank.
The silliness, the crazy shit we're doing.
Don't worry, you'll get the next one.
Cry havoc and let's slip the mooks of war.
This machine is horrible. It's so loud. Why is everything so loud?
You're walking in like the exhaust
and it
output
smells.
of the tank.
We'll just
Yeah, What's the magic? Is there any magic on the gun?
Is the door at the end of the hall open or closed?
Yeah. So this door, let me unfog some stuff.
Can you make this a magic weapon? Can let me make the machine gun a magic weapon?
Yep, it is a masterwork weapon.
Right on.
All right, so next round, you guys are driving the security tank through the door very loudly. It's kind of slow. You haven't full throttled the tank, I'm assuming, because you guys are buffing. Donovan's following in behind.
I'm not buffing.
This door is closed, and you're getting like a prompt from the pleasant security access denied.
From the door down here?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's see what this gun can do.
Okay. Donovan cast a shield spell. I'm just going to tick off the...
Okay.
While people are going nuts at the other end. Need more pylons.
of course, you're not waving the thing that allowed you into the ultra-secure area in front of the door at the moment. You're driving a tank at the door.
Yeah. We need to get that thing in front of the door.
We got a thing in front of the door.
No, the little thing that lets you through. Remember?
We got a big thing that lets us through.
Oh,
it's more fun this way. Just shoot the gun, would you? Just shoot the gun, God. Fire the gun, Midwick, I insist.
Do it.
You can hear from like a headset that's behind a seat that you're on, and the intercom inside the tank.
Open the door, or do I open the door? Or are you opening the door? Why are we waiting for a door?
Who's got the chip that opens the door?
Where's the trigger for the cannon?
I think Midwick had it because Midwick was going through the ultra-secure section.
No, Midwick gave it to. I think it was
Zildin and Zildin's got it.
Yeah. It was Azzy and Alpagard.
Yeah, because they went through.
Yeah, it was the Mark show. So it was one of those two have it. It might be Azzy has the chip, and he's like, I'm not opening the door.
Yeah,
Ozzy, they're gonna disintegrate.
You see the trigger in front of Midwick where you would fire the cannon. The cannon is currently like pointed directly at the door, straight ahead.
He pulls the trigger.
No. What?
All right.
Can I get a reflex to stop him?
You can roll initiative.
What are you doing? This is for the enemies.
He doesn't like door. I understand. I don't like door either.
Yeah, okay. Oh my god, sorry. It's been a long time. We're doing initiative, so it's just a D20 then.
Yeah, it's just the two of you to see which one of you goes
Uh-oh.
first. Okay, so as he just goes over, dink, boom! there's this explosion kind of from inside the tank. Your ears are ringing because then you have the earmuffs on. And the explosion, you realize that might have not been a good idea because the explosion is now backdrafting towards the tank as the highly explosive shell explodes in a 20-foot radius upon impact.
I think I'm 20 feet away. I think I'm all right. Boom!
All right, the 6-pounder gun does 8d6 points of damage to everything in that area.
Okay.
Oh, 30
Does
foot
our
radius.
tank get a reflex save and doesn't
Midwick's kicking Azzy in the head.
30-foot radius.
Doing,
Oh yeah,
dumbass?
Uker, you need to make a reflex save as there's bits and shrapnel of door and a highly explosive shell flying everywhere.
Am I in it? Oh, yeah. It's a 30-foot radius?
Yeah.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Hey!
It's reflex save DC 20 for half.
So it's not a mythic tank?
It is not a mythic tank.
Oh, right. So it's reflex negates. I negate. I evade, or whatever. I mythic-y don't care.
Okay, so Uker hops behind the tank itself. The tank does take a little bit of damage from this, although it is metal and everyone inside has full cover. So, except where Midwick, were you manning the machine gun?
I think he was prepping it.
Where the machine gun is, yeah.
Okay, so you need to make a reflex save as well.
Are we under attack? That is so loud.
There's fire there's fire ripping into some of the slits. There's a bit of heat, but yeah, Midwick, you have cover, so you get a +2 to the reflex save.
What horrible species would create such horrific weapons?
Yeah, evade.
Okay, you've got evasion, Midwick?
He's mythic.
Mythic.
Anybody who's Mythic 5.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm not Mythic 5.
Oh, you're not Mythic 5.
Oh,
so if you're Mythic 5, you get to evade
That's right.
any
I am
effect.
Mythic 4.
Okay, but it was Azzy that pulled the trigger on the tank.
Yeah.
Yep. This is interesting because then Uker might have took half here.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Give me a second.
I didn't pull the trigger. I don't want to kill myself.
Whenever you succeed in a saving throw against this, special ability. No, if this is not a spell or special ability, no, Uker takes half.
And Azildin is mythic, so yeah, you guys take half from Azildin's blast. Now, I'm gonna make the door make a fortitude save just to see if it like pounds open.
So it was 36 damage was the thing?
Yeah.
18? Okay.
Yeah, there's a hole in the door where the explosion kind of ripped open, and then this highly explosive shell has sent shrapnel and fire everywhere. The tank has a little bit of damage. We'll say that.
Oh.
So the tank.
What are you doing?
Half damage, and then hardness. The tank has 8 hit point damage. So 8 damage.
You hear a loud thudding on the side of the tank and a yell.
I'm sorry. It's a very steep learning.
So
I'm sorry. It's a very steep learning curve on this thing.
There's sort of like these weird red and yellow flashing lights, like the voice didn't like it, like what happened, but there is a head-size hole in the doorway, and you can see into the command center.
Ooh, Midwick can see.
Yeah, those that are popping their heads out can see.
How big is... So if Uker were to kick in the door, how much of the door would he kick in at once?
So there's a center of a room. There are some scorch marks along the wall and maybe what looks like some destroyed computer panels. And in the center of the room, there's a sphere that is about 10 feet off the ground, and you can see that there is a single ethergaunt floating in the sphere and touching...
Nerd, get him!
and touching panels that seem to appear in front of his hands as opposed to being physical objects. Like like there are complicated glyph spells that he's operating.
He's in Minority Report.
Sure.
Okay, Adam, Marty, how many?
This looks like some sort of globe
rounds?
or force field, like a field of magic. You don't know if it's solid or not, but you've definitely punched a hole with the explosion, like ripping, like firing a gun through a.
Does it look
can.
like the door would be able to open if it tried to open the traditional way at this point, or did we just
No,
take an
no.
interference?
You peeled it open like shooting. Like there's an exit wound to the door.
Yeah.
Marty, what color is the ethergaunt?
The ethergaunt looks grayish.
It's a nerd.
Son of a! Kill that one first.
It does have this weird, this really strange wand that you haven't seen yet at its side, and it does have a belt with.
Does it look like the one that Donovan's carrying? That we've never successfully shot, but it's got. He was able to counterspell one with a disintegrate ray.
No, you've got a blue one.
Okay. All right. This isn't even. I don't even want to know what the. I guess I kind of do want to know, but I want.
No, the disintegrate ray is long and slender and kind of black and sleek.
Yes.
This looks like more like a handgun with this weird, like a radar dish at the end of it. It's busy, although it turns over, and it's interesting that you see it. It is like in the physical realm, and maybe because it wants to cast a spell or do something.
I think initiative is happening.
Yeah, initiative is happening. You can re-roll between Lemmy and Azildan.
Yeah.
That was just to see who got to touch the panel first.
Shooting the gun was such the wrong decision.
Marty, how many rounds did we get before with this point to buff?
It sounded like 3.
3 rounds. Got it.
Some of you chose to fire the gun and navigate the tank, however, during those 3 rounds.
Okay. So there's a
Bellum Ex Machina also gets an initiative pip.
What energy were these guys using on us before? Do you remember?
They had their grenades did like fire, and slashing and bludgeoning, or something like that. Slashing, piercing.
Oh, okay. Marty, Arcane Sight is one of my things that's up. What's this guy doing?
Red Ethergaunt, blue Ethergaunt.
So Midwick's only got you've only got the extracts that we got from the Mushroom Man.
No, we got a character.
We still can't prepare infusions. You don't have a spell book.
We don't have our things.
Right.
No, we did.
No, no. You cannot prepare any formula.
You were right.
I am.
Okay, so my mutagen.
Right, you got a mutagen and the ability to make bombs.
And you have your guns.
and you got guns.
So
Uka's got a big ass hammer.
Lemmy was able to put magic on one pistol and on the like the big machine gun. The what's it called, the magic weapon. Sorry, he was able to put the magic weapon on one of his pistols and one of the machine guns.
Did we find divine component pouches?
For magic, for casting magic.
He's got. I know he's got a holy symbol. I don't know if he's got the component pouch.
He has basic components. Expensive ones, no.
All right. No. Okay.
Well, we do have diamonds though. We did go and get the.
We have the diamond drill bit diamonds. And I think Lokirk has those to give us hero points because Lokirk... Oh, no!
You could have taken them off Lokirk.
Our hero points! Come back, hero point machine!
Midwick, what did you get for initiative?
Midwick got a...
It is plus 16, the right bonus, without all of your gear?
5, fucking useless. Yeah, Midwick's initiative. I'm just going to take a quick look. My initiative is pretty... high. My dex is 6 dex, 4 mythic, 3 upon training, 2 mutagen.
Yeah, the answer is yes.
15. It's 15.
Wow.
6, 4,
Seems
3,
very extraordinarily high, but that's fine. Lemio, what's your initiative, boss?
20! What do we see?
I hope you're making fun of your wife for watching silly things too, there, Drake Star. I hope the making fun of is mutual. Oh, he said his wife makes fun of him for watching our show.
Oh,
yeah.
Hello, wife.
My wife makes fun of me for making our show.
You were being mentioned.
But then she asks what happened. So she.
Likewise, yeah. Same
right. All right, so Uker, you're the first to go. You can hear. There might be motion around here, and then clacking of mandibles, like the ticking of the creatures, perhaps talking. You can hear multiple beeps and boops from these information screens.
Okay.
A lot of it's just the roar and rumble of the tank that's right beside you, though.
All right. Well,
you could probably escape artist your way through the hole that you blasted into the door if you wanted to do that.
I am going to wander up to the door and politely ask the door to open with my foot.
All right. The door splits, so which side? Left or right-hand side? Uker's left or right-hand side?
Right down the center.
the half in front of him.
Okay. So Uker's right?
Uker's right. He is kicking it open. He's doing a here's Johnny. Ha! Get the nerd!
You look good.
Get the nerd. All right. He's heard a whole. He's heard Azzy say all sorts of things. 1d20 plus 16, and he will strength surge. 42.
Okay. Uker kicks that part of the door open. Oh shit. Maybe we'll do this instead. Burn! You kind of kick/rip the door right out of the wall and throw it to the ground, or you could be holding onto it if you want. It's a big shield.
I'll hold it there. I'll have it there as a thing to.
Okay, so there's the hole. We'll say if I roll a 1 is on the side that you've got in your hand. No, it's on the other door. So you've got a solid. Sparking door with a cord that you rip out of the wall, and
it's like a big tower shield right now.
It's a big cover.
Cover. It's a big cover.
Yep. However, as you were ripping, you did see a little bit further into the room. Do you have the invisibility up?
Lemmy had
Donovan does.
One of his things. Lemmy had invisibility purge up. One of my buffs.
Invisibility purge is round per level, so is it still up?
Invisibility purge is round per level.
Give me a second.
It's minute per level, dude. What are you talking about?
It might be minute per level. It's minute per level, which means I don't know if it would still be up.
Adam, you gotta read spells before you say anything.
You know, this is one of those things where I don't believe our minute per levels from the last fight are still up. Because
you guys are dressing armor
and adventure.
Yep.
Correct. So it's not up.
You guys spent some time in the life support,
rounds,
trying to move power between different life support systems.
And we told
Donovan might have tried to kill the aquarium.
Yep.
Yeah. And we told those guys to get their orc people in the ship.
All right, Uker, you've got red ethergaunts that look like they were busy like pushing buttons on some of these different panels. You don't know what these are. Ignore the one dressed in blue or wrapped in blue if you cannot see him.
I can't see him. He's not there.
Okay, and there's still a door that is probably going to keep the tank from moving through. That was Uker's turn, unless you want to do anything else.
Disconnected from me.
Yeah, I got him in red too.
You guys are in red. Oh no. Oh no. Are we losing? Ah. I think I could see everyone. Hmm.